Hey there. Sorry, guys. I was having a little bit of computer issues. Let me get started. We are on week 5 of our 6 weeks to success. I don't know about you guys, but it's gone kind of fast for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
Anybody gone fast?
Yeah.
I know this last week was kind of crazy. I know we've been texting. I just share like, oh, we're not gonna be able to talk, but we will talk. Thanksgiving holiday and not a usual schedule. So we will definitely catch up. So let me start here and move over to our PowerPoint. And, oh wait, I did the wrong script. That's not what I want. Okay, I'm hearing some background noise. I'm not sure who it is or what's going on there, but if you guys want to mute. Now, we will have a time, and I will say there will be a couple of different times just for interaction. So if you are in a quiet place where you can unmute, I would love that. Love that, love that. Okay, so week 5, we did it. We made it to week 5, and like we said, it has gone fast. So what are some of the things that we've learned so far? What are some things you guys have learned so far? Everybody?
Don't quit asking.
Don't quit asking. Never. Asking what?
Somebody to join in, to host parties, to purchase product.
Perfect. Perfect. I love it. So never stop asking. So we talked about product knowledge. What's important about product knowledge?
Get excited the more you know about a product, which makes it easier to sell.
Exactly. Exactly. Product knowledge will help to maximize your sales and your bookings. You're more confident, and that comes with time. So those of you that are newer consultants, you got to think about it this way. I remember when I first started, I didn't know how to cook. I was 23 years old. I did not know my way around the kitchen very well. And I remember one of my peers, actually, she's like, Christy, even with, you're just starting, you're still the expert in the room. And that's true. For the most part, you're going to be the expert on your products because you have access to the information. What did we learn about belief? What does belief do?
I mean, you have to believe in the product and yourself, or if you believe you're going to succeed, you can and will, or if you believe you're going to fail, you will.
That's right. So really your belief determines your actions, and then your actions reinforce the belief usually. So we also learned that week that your brain can kind of be retrained. So maybe you're not feeling the belief, but you can do the actions that you know you need to do. Just believe us, believe your peers, believe your team, and do those actions you need to take, and then you'll be reinforced. Okay, so we talked about passion. We talked about belief. We talked about really partnering with your host to make it a great, successful party for both of you, right? Okay, right. So now let's see. Anybody have any questions on conducting an interview? Joellen did a great job last week talking about using the cards and just chatting with people. I know Jill, we were able to talk. Joanna, Laura, Sharon, we weren't able to get a time together. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to do the homework from last week, guys, please do it. I know this is a crazy time of year, but really what you are feeding into yourself is really gonna pay off. So I want to just encourage you guys to do that. Okay, today we're going to talk about customer service, and we're just going to chat about it. A lot of times with direct sales, you don't think about customer service. When was the last time you ordered from a catalog or online and actually got a phone call thanking you for your order?
Never.
I mean, really, right? Have you ever? I heard one time there was a store. It was a pretty pricey store. I don't even remember what it was now, but it was one that I don't shop at. And it was a kind of a larger order, and the woman had gotten a customer care call, and she was like in her 50th time. This was like early in my career too. And she said, she realized at that point she wanted to be that merchant that was calling just to see, are you enjoying your products? Okay. So we're going to talk about customer service today. We're going to talk about ways that you can do that. We're going to talk about the fact that customer service, one good customer service experience can change a customer's entire perception of you, of your business, of Pampered Chef. Just the fact that, a lot of times I find people, and I've got a college degree. You don't have to have a college degree to do this business, which is amazing. But people are shocked that this is what I'm doing, and I've got this college degree. So I think we can change people's perceptions by, really treating our business like a business. Customers are really our greatest asset. So maintaining those relationships is really important. I don't know if you guys noticed. Did anybody notice the post that I made on, raise your hand if you, well, I guess I can't see everybody, saw the post I made about the text that you can kind of copy and paste to your past host or your customers, your good customers. Yeah. Honestly, I saved that picture to my phone. I copied the verbiage, and then I changed it up to, make sure I wanted, if this is how I wanted it to be. And I actually just spent a few minutes texting it to a few of my favorite hosts, and I don't have all my hosts in my phone. So I'm planning on doing that even more tonight. Maybe not tonight because it's going to be after 9:30 probably by the time I get home. But like tomorrow morning, by the time I get home, I am home. By the time I get back upstairs. But things like that, that's going to set you apart too. Because just like Becky had said, excuse me, your customers, we're all going to get bombarded with emails, probably starting now, all the way through tomorrow, about cyber deals. So really reach out. Heck, if you include your website on the text, they can shop right there. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. You want to keep your customers happy. You want to keep them coming back to you. You want to keep them referring you to other people. I've gotten several calls over the last couple of weeks. Hi, Christy, this is so-and-so. Do you still Pampered Chef? So-and-so gave me your name. So they're not going to give the name of somebody that they don't care about, or like they don't trust to take care of their friend, right? They're not going to necessarily remember somebody's name if you haven't made an impact. Does that make sense? So we're going to talk tonight about various ways you can set yourself apart from other consultants. And by other consultants, I don't necessarily just mean other Pampered Chef consultants. Because if you think about being in the party business like we are, when I started a long time ago, there was Tupperware, there was Premier soon after, there was Mary Kay. There was only like a handful of companies. So we wanted to set ourselves apart from Pampered Chef, other Pampered Chef consultants. Now there are so many companies that we're kind of vying for people to open their home and invite us in to share with their friends, okay? So we really want to set ourselves apart from the competition. Okay, we're going to introduce, and I say introduce, I know we have talked about this at past meetings, but some of you, this might be a review. For some of you, this is going to be brand new. This is the 2-2-2 method of customer service, okay? So you might want to jot these twos down. And then the first two is within 2 days after the show. Some of this is the morning after. And I know Joellen has posted on our team page about how she does that email the next day from the website. You can click on all the guests that were there who have ordered. And you want to make sure that you're going to, oh my gosh, wasn't that fun last night at Stephanie's party? Here's the recipes. I know she shared how to share the recipes. Maybe even make a little something like, hey, who wants double free? Let's get some friends together in January. Hey, and you can even say, at this point, Stephanie's already earned $130 if she had been the consultant. I'd love to buy you coffee and see if Pampered Chef might fit for you. So that email that you're sending just in the last couple of days, you're still planting some seeds. So that's the first two. This is also kind of like the morning after calls. So this is that connection within that 2-day period of actually meeting the people at the show. Okay. Now there are some words that you can email. There's words that you can, send message, and I can post those. But I'm not going to read them to you. So we're going to skip right by those sides. This second one is one that a lot of times I miss. And it's one of those things that this 2-week call, honestly, if we're doing 6 parties a month, okay, and you have on your calendar, I know some of you are really good at color coding things on your calendar. I'm trying to get better at that. But maybe, you have the show dates of the 14th on your calendar. And this is Laura's show. And then what you do then on the 28th, which is 2 weeks later, make a little note to connect with Laura. Laura, 2 weeks or whatever, right on, whatever is going to help you remember. So what is it you're going to do on this call? This is what also you may have heard called the out-of-the-box calls. This is the call where you're going to ask them, oh my gosh, Laura, it's Christy with Pampered Chef. I met you at Sharon's party a couple weeks ago. Are you enjoying your products? And let them answer you. Have you had them out of the box yet? If they kind of seem hesitant. Did you even take them out of the box yet? If they seem hesitant at all, if it's a rock crock or anything that we have an electronic cookbook for, were you able to open the recipes on that email I sent right after the party? Sometimes the emails coming from the website, they get put in spam, so your customers may or may not have seen that initial email. So direct them back to that too. I always like to say this is the call that I'm honestly not even trying to get bookings. I'm not necessarily going to even mention bookings on this call. Unless you're just so excited and talking about things, and obviously there's can be exceptions. But this is the one I want to set up the pace with them that, hey, look, I am calling just to see if you're enjoying your products, to see if there's any information I can give you. Because what happens if you are making this call and they know that you called just to reach out to make sure they're okay, they're not going to be blocking you on their cell phone. You know what I mean, right? Where you get those calls and they're wanting something from you or they're trying to sell you something. And then you change that number to like do not answer or whatever. So you don't want them to change that for you. You want them to be like, oh, here she's calling. Maybe she's going to offer me a recipe, or maybe she's going to give me a deal or share a special or whatever with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Jill, I think you're the only one that's not on mute. Sharon? Okay. Hit thumbs up or whatever for those of you on mute. Okay. All right. So there are words to say in the email, words to say in a phone call. And again, I will share those. But I think I hit the highlights, basically. You want to make sure that first one, you're just reiterating how much fun you had. You're talking about the recipes. You are planting little seeds about bookings and recruiting. The 2 week after, it's kind of twofold. You're checking on the products, but you're also kind of saying, hey, did you get that email that I sent right after the party with all those recipes? Because you're kind of letting them know, hey, I sent that email. If you didn't get it, check your spam, okay? 2 months after the call. Now, this is one that's also, this is a little easier for me because, again, if Stephanie has her party on the 14th and then the next month on the 14th, I can make a little note to call her a month later or 2 months later. So this is one of those, it might be hard to keep track of, but you're not going to necessarily write every customer's name on your calendar, but if you write the host name, and if you're using, the file folder system, then what you can do is you can write Stephanie's name in that date, and you can pull Stephanie's folder out, and these are the ones that you're making the 2 month call for. Make sense? Now, what are we going to cover on this call? This is really a good connection because, like it says here, you've already acquired customers. You want to just work to keep them. Hopefully, everybody's given you their email address, so they are they're getting your newsletter. So this is a good one to talk to them about. Just ask them, have you been getting my newsletter? Did you get my most recent newsletter? The 2 month after the show as well, it doesn't have to be to the exact day. So maybe you're just saying, okay, here it is December. So my October shows are who I need to be touching base with. Well, the newsletter goes out on the first Monday of the month. So as long as you're making those calls to those people after that, they've kind of just gotten the email. They've just gotten the newsletter. So that could be the first thing you ask them. Hey, Jill, it's Christy with Pampered Chef. How are you? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? You're doing a little small talk. Just say, hey, I just was calling people. I wanted to make sure that you are using and enjoying your products. And hey, did you get that most recent newsletter? It would have come out just a couple days ago. It would have come out on Monday. And so you're asking them about that. And here's the thing too. Everybody, I don't know if you guys are doing this. I can't see you all at once. I might stop share this for a second. Do you guys automatically add your customers to receive the newsletter? Okay, Jill, I think you're on mute now, so I thought you shook your head no.
Yeah, no, I have not been doing that.
Okay. So who does? Who automatically adds them to their, okay. So here's what we do. I want to screen share because I know there's some of you that are newer. So I'm going to screen share this because I want to make sure. Where's my, let's see my, okay, I'm just going to go here. I can open up okay. So I have to sign in. Hold on a second. And you can go back and do this. Jill, I mean, you've got a couple shows under your belt. You got your third one coming up right this week. So if you're not doing this, you definitely want to. But you can go in under, okay, let's pick up Sammy's because this is an online order. Well, this is going to be hard though because they're already direct shipped. Okay, let me go back. Bye, girls. I hope I can find one I can show you. Okay, let me do this one because there's a couple people on here. Okay, so let's go to Donna. Donna, I did not know before she ordered from Shelly's Party. Right here, this box, send e-newsletter, is what you want to click.
Okay. Can you do that after you close a party as well?
Yes, you should be able to.
Okay.
Now, if you can't, because when you save an order and you're adding a guest, it will save it to the contacts already. Okay. Now let's see what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over here under my contacts. It's going to take a little while to load, but what you're going to do after my contacts, there's going to be a pop-up. You're going to click this little square here, which will automatically select all of your contacts.
Okay.
And then so you're going to select all the contacts. And then there's this little taskbar here. It says add to group.
Yeah.
So basically it's everybody that I've selected. I'm going to add to the group. Okay. And then everybody's going to have a send newsletter group.
Okay.
I mean, Pampered Chef, that's part of the eBiz tools. So you can select all of your contacts and you can click add to group. And that's going to add them to your newsletter group. Okay. Now, your guests are going to have a chance to opt out. So if you have customers that have opted out and you add to the group, it's not going to add them back in. So you're not going to have any upset customers.
Okay.
And I will, even if I'm adding orders at a party, adding right there in front of them, I will still select that little send newsletter group. I've never had anybody question me about it. If they did, I would say, you know what? I want you to see that first one. If it's something that you don't want to continue, you can certainly unsubscribe. It won't hurt my feelings.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So that 2 months out, this is where I will be more likely to definitely have the month host bonus that I'm looking to book. Right?
Yep.
They've had their products. They've used them for a while. I'm going to ask if they've gotten the newsletter. Hey, so if they did get the newsletter, what might you say? I'll say, yeah, I did get it. What could be a next question?
What popped out to you or what interested you in it? Do you have any questions about it?
Exactly. What was your favorite recipe? Was that recipe delicious? Make sure you know what the recipe is, so you can interact. You know, did you happen to notice the host bonus?
Okay.
Because then, you know, then you don't have to share the host bonus. Did you notice it? If they say, oh no, I didn't notice it. Oh my gosh, January is double free product. My January hosts have a chance to earn double free. Now, it's important the way you phrase it. They have the chance to earn double free because it's not just an automatic double free if you have a party. But what do you have to do to get double free?
Is it $650?
It is, yes. So at $650, what's our company average?
$500?
Actually $600. So yeah. So company average is just under like $599 or something. Actually, I think somebody said it's even increased, but that could be kind of because of the time of year it is. But oh my gosh, Joanna's making some dinner. But so you definitely want to kind of draw their attention to that. And it's been a couple months since they've been to a party. Now, if you are using, oh shoot, they're in the other room. No, they're not. If you are using the host information, you know, sheets of paper from your shows, from your hosts, you'll know what recipe you did. You'll be able to remember what recipe you did at the show. So, you know, you might be talking to somebody a couple months later and like, did you get the newsletter? They're like, oh yeah, I did. And you're talking to about the newsletter. And you'd be like, you know what? Didn't you love that loaded baked potato chowder we did at Jill's party? Like, yeah. Have you made it? Have you made it at home? Does your family like it? You know what I mean? So you kind of are bringing back some excitement from the party that you met them at. And then you're saying, you know what we need to do? Let's do a soup and slippers party in January. I can help you get double free. We can load up your kitchen. Your guests are going to love the guest special for January. And we can do something fun like having everybody bring their slippers. And, you know, we'll do a different soup. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me click back over here. One of the things too, there's a couple of different scenarios. You can, if you're using the folder, you know, so you can actually see what people ordered, at least the people who ordered that were actually at the party, if you're using the forms. You could also just bring up your app on your phone or on your iPad, or bring up your computer and while you're making the calls, because then you can see what they ordered at that last party. So what if somebody has purchased seasonings a couple months ago? What's something you might want to ask them?
If they're running low on them, if they enjoyed them.
Do you like them? How much do you have left? I have an order going in. Is there anything, do you need to replace any of them, or do you need to replenish any of them? Right? Now, you can also look to see what items that they have. They have the brownie pan maybe, but they didn't purchase a cooling rack, or they didn't purchase a mini nylon server, or they didn't purchase the powdered sugar, the little flour sugar shaker. So you could certainly, hey, are you enjoying that brownie pan? When you took that out of the oven, did you wish you had the cooling rack, that little nylon turner to pull it out? So you can kind of ask, did you get everything on your list? Is there other things that you've realized that you need, right? The other thing, because we have this wish list, and some of you that are brand new, we've had the wish list ever since you've been a consultant. But it's one of those things that I kind of forget about sometimes because we haven't had it that long. But this call is a good one to say, hey, I'm getting the echo. Should you see that? I just wanted to make sure that you realize we have a wish list. So you can go to my website and just click on wish list top right, and you could make a wish list that you can share via email or Facebook with your friends and family. All right. So the nice thing about having a wish list for somebody is you can kind of go through what are some things that she is interested in. If she's got some higher priced items on her list, it's a good time to offer the party. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you know what? We don't want to freak out. It's just a conversation you're having with people. We're still working on the skills, on our pillar of success. Our first pillar was belief, right? And you can retrain your brain to kind of build that belief if that's where you're needing it. passion. We can have some one-on-one talks. We can listen to watch some YouTube videos. We can come to a party with somebody, call for a pep talk if you need to do that. Jump on our team page if you need help just getting that passion going. Skill, we're still working on skills. And to be honest, you will continue working on skills as long as you're a consultant. Now, let me look here. I want to make sure I covered everything. Now, one thing I will say too, the more you build your skill, your check is going to get bigger too. The bigger your skill set, the bigger your checks are going to be. So you want to make sure within 2 days, connect with every guest, check in via email through the website's the simplest way to do that. If you want to even just text them, hey, did you get my email? I just sent the email with recipes or whatever. You can do that too. 2 weeks out. What are we doing 2 weeks out?
Just checking in to see if they enjoyed their product, if they've used it yet.
Yeah.
Just kind of back off. Don't push on bookings, but maybe nudge a little bit.
That's right. And you know what I'm talking about? Like when you can tell in somebody's voice if it's like, yeah, I got them out. Yeah, I'm using them. Yeah, they're great. Yeah. So they're kind of cutting you short. Hey, perfect. Listen, if there's anything that you need, if you want to get some friends together for a party or know somebody who does, please let me know. And then you're ending, but you may have the person go, oh my gosh, I love this. This is such the best tool. I'm so glad I got this salad choppers. And they're going on and on. What have you used it for? And da-da-da. Oh my gosh, we should get some of your friends together and let me show you some tools that really go well with those salad choppers.
Right.
Like the Deep Cover Baker or the Rock Crock makes those meats so tender and juicy. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of figure out. And then the 2 month is what? There's a couple of main things.
Ask them about the newsletter. And what they thought of it, what questions they might have, if they've tried any of the recipes.
Yep. So definitely a conversation about the newsletter and definitely a conversation about possibly hosting a party.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And we didn't talk about this, and I should have, shame on me, because we just did recruiting last week. But the 2 week, 2 month, especially for the person that's really excited at 2 weeks, or the 2 month, you could say something like this, and this is like a one-liner that's great. Oh my gosh, Laura, this might be so out of the blue, but have you ever thought about doing something like this? And see what they say. And for some, it might be totally out of the blue, but for others, like Joellen talked about last week, it's kind of recruiting. Oh my gosh, you were so much fun at Stephanie's party. Oh my gosh, I would love to have you on my team. And you're so excited about your products. Wouldn't you like to get more and share these products with other people? Make sense? Mm-hmm. So don't forget that either. And that was my fault for not even sharing that. Now, you can obviously increase your skills by home office trainings, PCU, coming to our team meetings, which the next one is here on December the 5th. So a week from tomorrow, and it's the trip reveal. We're going to have some training. We're going to have a stock exchange, which I'll post some more information about that as well. I know there's like Sharon, I know you have something that you could not change that was planned and on your calendar before you even thought you would be a Pampered Chef consultant. So we will definitely be posting things. But if you at all possible can be there, come late, come for as much as you can. And I think everybody on this call is local. So yeah, so you guys need to be here because it's going to be a fun, training. Okay. Any questions that you guys have?
Nope.
Okay. I know we started a couple minutes late because I was getting going here, but I will post the homework. I'll post it actually as soon as we get off. I am recording this, so it'll take me a minute to kind of upload. But basically there is going to be, basically we're following the CHEF steps. And the CHEF is like an acronym. It stands for connect, commit to the 2 days, to the 2 weeks, to the 2 months. So you're going to commit to connecting with your customers. Help and appreciate. So you're going to share recipes. You're going to give ideas. You're going to suggest tools. So that's basically what the H is, helping and appreciating your customers. E is expanding the possibilities, okay? So this is where you're going to share the upcoming specials, the host bonus, the new consultant kit bonus. You're going to share the open dates that you have on your calendar, right? And then future contact. Follow up. And this is where, especially on that 2 months, say, hey, I'll stay in touch. I know you're enjoying the newsletters. Is there, anything that is really important to you? Like, are you really looking when it goes on sale, you really want to know about? So that is the chef. Connect, help, and appreciate, expand, and future contacts. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to stop the recording here. Good job, ladies.